and welcome back to Pass and Move. For today's episode in our Parma series, where we aim to reach the Serie A and obviously try and win every trophy that comes in our way, including the Champions League. That is, of course, if we reach the Serie A in the first place. Right now, we're in the Serie C, and we are top of the league, as you can see here from the league table. Not doing too badly. Way above expectations according to the board. I mean, they said they want me in the promotional spot, so I thought anywhere here wouldn't really matter. But apparently, the higher up I'm on the promotional spots I am, the happier they get. They've given me, why can't I find it here? They've given me full confidence in the Serie C, and they're absolutely delighted that we're in top spot. And I think we can get a clearer view of why exactly they're so happy over here. It just says various competitions. Maybe I can. Board are delighted the team are currently on course to win the Serie C. With the team in good form, we look forward to seeing the club continue to exceed expectations. So that's how happy they are, and I'm obviously pretty happy, but still early days. I'm quite shocked. I've never gotten such a high confidence. Even here, I'm untouchable apparently. But yeah, I'm just a little bit shocked because, you know, we lose a game and we're going to drop possibly to third. So it's still early days, only 15 games played, close to halfway through the season. And, you know, it's obviously not over. But for today's game, we are taking on Modena. So the aim is to obviously win the game, to see a secure top spot, as well as send our rivals into, you know, as low as possible down the table. I think if I can show you here, it should say that they're our rivals. There you go, local rivals, Modena. So they're in the same league as us, and I think we should be favourites considering how the games have been going. But I think pre-season would show something else. The season reviews, basically pre-season review. Pre-season review doesn't make sense. The season preview, that's the one. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, Modena is supposed to be much higher up than they are right now, and even a couple of teams here aren't really performing as expected. But anyways, since the last episode, which was that game against Alto, nice run of games here. We won most of them and just lost two strange games. But with the first one, we beat Lumezane 4-2. I'm really going to be struggling with this Italian save, by the way. But yeah, nice comfortable win. We did score first and they managed to equalize, and then we scored two more goals before they scored another to make it a little bit uncomfortable. But then our captain, our main man, Emmanuel Callio, scoring the goal that made us comfortable at 4-2. Next game was a little bit less comfortable. A simple 1-0 win with Manuel Scavone scoring the goal in the 37th minute against Macarezze. Even this game against Bassano was a strange 2-0 loss. It seemed like whatever we did, we couldn't match them. We did somewhat get close to them in terms of the stats, but in terms of things that actually mattered, not so much. We didn't create a single clear-cut chance or a half chance, despite all our number of shots. Kind of poor on the shots on target, but since we don't hold on to possession too much, even though we had the exact amount of possession in this game, with the way we're playing directly, I don't expect us to have too many shots on target. Just for the sake that I know that most of the players won't be working the ball into the box, just because of it we're playing directly. But anyways, the next one was a nice way to bounce back, a 3-0 win. Emmanuel Callio getting the hat-trick here, and helped us climb up the table, of course. But this game in the Serie C was a nervy one. 0-0 all the way into even extra time. I was hoping we'd just be able to score, but unfortunately we could only beat them through penalties in the Serie C Cup second round, so it didn't matter too much. But what did matter was a loss that we had against Gubbio. 1-0 loss, or another poor performance, and we did outshoot them, I guess you could say. Outperform is a different thing, but yeah, they had the more clear-cut chances, as you can see here. Two clear-cut chances, they managed to score one. But we did beat Sant'Arcangelo 2-0 in the Serie C, and Albino Lefe 5-0. So this was the highest goal-scoring game that we had so far. 5-0 was a nice perfect win. I've always said 3-0 is a perfect win, but if we can score more while keeping the clean sheet, why not? Yeah, it was equal on clear-cut chances, but they failed to take any of theirs, and we took all of ours plus more. So a nice win there away from home. But yeah, today we are at home and in our stadium. and I expect us to win this game. Teams get more used to the tactics, but it takes longer for lower league teams to get used to the tactics than more advanced teams. Even though I've only got 2 instructions, but yeah, this is the team we'll be going with today. I'll go into a bit more detail later on, and let's see what the odds are, as well as what the odd experts, well, not the odd expert, just the expert, the what he thinks too. And yeah, I've already mentioned my expectations, and a loss here would see us tumble down the table a little bit, but we'll still be in the promotional spot, so it won't be too bad. Expert thinks we'll only scrape it 1-0, but we are favourites in terms of the odds, and this is a rivalry, so you never know what to expect. But yeah, Kallio, Guazzo, our players, are the strikers that are playing today. Scavoni, really the standard box-to-box midfielder, one of our best players in the club. Colli as well. Lucarelli's not so much, but he's still based there on form, whether it's his form or the other team, or his teammates' form. Maybe we'll never know. I think actually one of the main centre-backs were injured, so I think that's why he's playing for today. The reason I say think is because I've played quite a number of games now. I'm not even sure who's there based on form or based on the lack of their opponent's form. And by opponent, I mean their positional opponent, the still teammate, but who they're fighting with to get into the positions for the first team. And yeah, pretty much this is the standard team we're going with. They're even playing the 4-4-2 formation too, so it will be an exciting attacking game, I think. 2 strikers on either team, and I think we should definitely tell my players to keep the run going and expect them to win the game. And hopefully they respond on the pitch, as I always mentioned before games. It's important to put everything out on the pitch, and we are playing attacking, so our intentions are made. And during this game we'll get to see what Modena's expectations and intentions are. But yeah, we're going to get a nice little 3D warm-up here, players running around, jogging and stretching. But anyways, we'll be kicking off with the first bit of play basically, and Scavoni has the ball. He's been doing some things quite special recently. He scored his first goal for the team. Unfortunately there wasn't too special, and he lost the ball. So coming up to 15 minutes here, we didn't have a proper highlight up until now, and we'll get the chance to see whether it goes our way or their way, but so far they're holding on to the ball. We managed to win it back through Scavoni, and Kallio, our main man, has it, but Scavoni again, who will be playing through most as he plays as a box-to-box midfield. Kallio finds Mazzarani, who finds Guazzo, and he makes no mistake to hit it first time and scores our first goal of the game. We draw first blood against our rivals. It is 1-0, and it is a lovely goal. We're going to get another chance to see it through 3D. Just watch the type of goal this is. Just first time, he just hits it absolutely first time. Such a well-placed finish, considering even hits the post. I didn't notice that the first time. I thought he just tucked it into the corner. But yeah, that takes some serious technique, and we are 1-0 up through one of our strikers, Guazzo, who's been in quite some decent form recently, if I'm not mistaken. But knowing me, I'm probably thinking about someone else completely. But we are going to get a chance to do a set piece here. Can we tuck it in through the corner? Fortunately not, but we do still have the ball. Maybe we can still make something of this as we peg them back. And straight up to Guazzo, who heads it down to Mazzarani. What's he going to do? Is he going to go all the way? Instead, he just loses the ball out. But we win it back through Nunzella, and he plays it back. And now Modena can move higher up the pitch, but we still do have the ball, so we're holding them back there. And Guazzo, can he do something? He finds Scavoni, he's probably going to have a shot here. Instead he finds Mazzarani, and again we lose the ball, and it is them through on our goal. It's 2 versus 1, and Zomas does well to deal with it there. I think it should be a corner, and it is a corner to Modena, our rivals, who can score from the set piece. But thankfully we deal with the initial ball, and I thought we were going to get more of a chance to see what happens next, but unfortunately that highlight doesn't amount to much. Not really sure why I said unfortunately. I think that's fortunately for us, it doesn't amount to anything more, but I guess it can also be unfortunate that we didn't hit them on the counter. Either way, the 30 minutes now, and still 1-0. Maybe we can get a second before the break. That would be the ideal thing. We don't want to hold on to a 1-0 lead the whole game through. In terms of performances, everyone pretty much average, except for the person who scored the goal, our target man. And it is Modena with the ball here, and they're going to look to break us down, and that's exactly what they do here. They're going to get a chance to score, and it's exactly what they do. And we're going to have to hit back before the break, hopefully. This is exactly why we wanted that second goal. We're going to get another chance to see it through this 3D angle of behind the goal low. and pretty simple ball, really. Quite surprised that Lucarelli didn't win the initial ball and that Colli didn't cover his centre-back partner. Actually, it looks like he's not even wearing boots or socks because of how brown it is. But yeah, it is we're gonna head into the break here with a 1-1 draw, and that should not be pleasing whatsoever. And that's exactly what I'm going to tell the players. Tell them a little bit off. No one's really had a standout performance other than Guazzo, the target man for this game. And in fact, his strike partner hasn't even had a good game whatsoever. He's had a quiet game in terms of rating, 6.5. If it goes any lower than that, then it's considered a poor game, and that's exactly what's happened here. 6.4. Looks like Kallio, our main man, isn't in form for today's game, which is a bit unfortunate. But we have had the majority of the shots, and in terms of possession, even though we're playing directly, we are holding the same amount of possession as them. But they do have the ball here, Modena. Maybe we can win it back high here. Instead, the goalkeeper goes long, and we win the initial header, but Osigi wins it for Modena, and Basso's going to bring the ball forward for them here. Instead, Mazzarani cuts it out early, but he couldn't find our target man, and it is Popescu who's going to put a ball into the box here, I think, and it's looking a bit dangerous here. But instead, Garufa uses his experience to win the ball back well, and Giorgino does exactly the opposite, and instead he puts us under immediate danger, and Modena score a second, and we're going to need to make some changes here. What a poor bit of defending there, just absolutely froze with the ball. And we're going to quickly go into attacking duties and see whether my players can respond. Definitely want to see this in the behind goal replay, without a doubt, because God, what is he doing here? No intention to clear the ball whatsoever, or do anything with it in fact, and just a direct cross in. And we're playing direct football, so I'm not sure why he was hesitant to clear the ball. It's not like I was asking him to play out of the defence whatsoever. We have an immediate highlight here, so hopefully the tactical changes go in our favour rather than theirs. But it looks like it's going to go through theirs, and they score a third. And what? Not an incredible comeback, but it is still a comeback for Modena, and they are 3-1 up our rivals as they beat us at home. Just poor defending, really. I'm going to switch to narrow and see whether that can help us. They have the ball again here, so it looks like they're likely to score a fourth, and they're going to put the ball into the box here. Fortunately, it hits the post and we deal with the effort, but Scavoni finds Nunzella, who's going to freeze like his other defender, but instead it looks like that's not going to amount to much in terms of the highlight. We're going to have to make a few changes here, and it looks like the first one I have to do is take off our main man Kallio for Michele Marconi, who's been in decent form so far this season, and we're going to need to make some other changes too. Nunzella having the whole defense having a whole terrible game. I'm thinking about making attacking changes here, and they're forcing me into the defensive one. And I think I'll take off Scavoni because he's had a quiet game, but he is on the yellow too. And I definitely have to take one of these guys off, and I think the fullbacks we can keep on. Lucarelli, just poor performance, absolutely. So we're going to have to take off Canini, who's a much better centre-back anyways, and Lucarelli not really taking his chance whatsoever in the first team. I was hoping to see a good performance today. Instead, we saw the complete opposite, even though he is our captain for today's game. Switches to Colli, and we're going to get an immediate highlight here right after the substitutions. Hopefully that's good news this time. And we still do have the ball through Giorgino, and he finds Corapi, who finds Mazzarani, and Marconi, the substitute that we just brought on, looks like he's fired up, and that's exactly the type of performance I want to see from a substitute. What a goal, what a header, and what a cross from our winger. I think that's our winger, or is it our fullback? It's actually our fullback, Nunzella, who puts a really good first-time cross into the box, and Marconi does well to actually tuck that in from a narrow angle. But yeah, game not over yet. 3-2. We're going to get another highlight here. Maybe this can go our way again. And Masakio finds Marconi, who has a first-time incredible shot, but unfortunately hits the crossbar. And it looks like we're putting some serious pressure on Modena. Maybe there's still a comeback, a second comeback on the cards here for our team instead of Modena's. Instead, Masakio, I think his name was, loses the ball, and it is Popesco bring the ball forward for Modena again. Popesco, how would you even say that? Either way, we do win the ball back, and it is Marconi, the man who scored off the bench. He finds Mazzarani, and it looks like we're going to build up a little bit here as Modena get their players behind the ball. Guazzo finds Masakio, I think I spoke too early, and instead he loses the ball, and Modena are on the counter. They look dangerous, go past one, 2 and they will score. Definitely Popesco punishing us on the counter, and that's what we get for playing attacking football. But yeah, poor defending either way. I mean, look how he just got past one of our fullbacks. Centre-back's not communicating well there, and the right-back Garufo not really covering for anyone either. And Modena make the most out of this game and out of our poor defensive display. As you can see, the attackers mainly having good ratings all round. And it is the defenders who have performed poorly in today's game. Marconi definitely an incredible striker, though without a doubt. He is the only player who I bought in for money. Spent 100k I think on him. And decent stats all around for the advance forward. Finishing, as you can see, heading's 14, so that explains his heading. But it looks like the game will end 4-2 in Modena's favour. And just a poor performance at home. Hopefully we don't drop and the rest of the teams actually lose. That's an incredible little ball into the box there. It looked like it might creep in. But yeah, it looks like hopefully the other teams will lose, and we can still keep our position in the table rather than our possession. And yeah, just a poor performance from the lads. Either way, we immediately drop. Everyone else has played their games, but fortunately for us, we've only dropped one position down, and we're still within a shout for the title, of course. And let's see how the rest of the season goes. We will be back within 7 games time, as always. That should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against Pordenone. We might do Venezia as well because they were promotional rivals. I don't think they're actual proper rivals, if I'm not mistaken. They're not. But they are promotional rivals, so it might be interesting. We'll see around this area, these fixtures, whether we'll face anyone or not. It's a bit of a winter break here, as you can tell. From the 30th of December, we don't play until the 22nd of January, so we'll see how it goes. At least there's a bit of rest. In terms of the Serie C Cup, we won't be showing any of that until later on. Really depends on how far we get. As I mentioned, if we reach the final, that would be the type of game that we would want to watch. Otherwise, these sort of round games don't really matter, especially because the board don't really consider this competition as important. It is only a Series C Cup, so it doesn't matter how far we go, we won't be playing against higher league opposition. And so it's pretty likely that we could maybe win this league. And as you can see, immediately the board confidence drops. Seems like the confidence changes quite frequently. Either way, still 1 point away from the title. Definitely not over, but these top 6 teams here really pushing each other in terms of performances. Everyone else doing quite poorly, namely Macarezzi with only 9 points in 16 games. But yeah, I think that'll be all for today's game. So if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more daily FM content. But we will be focused on the Parma series, of course. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.